Gigi's Giving Service. "This is exciting, Buffy Bear," said Minnie. "I thought you and Toady were just stuffed animals. Now you're real." "It's exciting for us, too," said Buffy Bear. "We thought you were just a squishy person. Now you're real." "Speaking of stuffed things, look who's up ahead," said Maxie. "Isn't that your little stuffed gnome, Minnie?" "Grabby," said Minnie. "It's you! But what are you doing behind that silly booth?"
"I've set up a business," said Grabby. "It's Grabby's Grabbing Service."
"But what are you grabbing?" asked Minnie.
"Ha ha ha," Grabby gurgled. "You haven't seen the booth next door yet."
Minnie and Maxie had not seen it, so you can imagine how surprised they were to see Minnie's stuffed calico goose with a charming little booth along Thimble Lane trails. "Gigi!" Minnie threw her arms around her stuffed goose. "But what is Gigi's Giving Service?" "Just what it says," Gigi beamed. "I specialize in giving to the needy. We have so many needy gnomes around here. Or are they needy gnomes? Or needy gnomes? Oh dear, whatever they are, they have so many needs. The kind man next door sends them." As soon as Gigi said that, Grabby appeared, wearing a ragged top hat.
"Pardon me, dear lady," Grabby said. "The kind man next door sent me. I'm from the Poor Gnomes Without Homes Society. There are so many poor gnomes who have no homes, so I'm collecting golden eggs to buy them some."
Then Grabby began to cry. "Oh dear, I have just one golden egg which I laid this morning," said Gigi. "I wish I had a dozen to give you." Grabby grabbed the golden egg that Gigi showed him and dashed into the back of his booth. "That was Grabby," Minnie whispered to Maxie. "Shame on him. He's being a taker, and poor Gigi is being a giver." Just then, Grabby tapped at Gigi's door again. This time he had on a fireman's hat.
"Pardon me, dear lady," Grabby said. "The kind man next door sent me. I'm from the Fireman's Fund. It's for the poor firemen who got burned up in fires along Thimble Lane trails."
"How could they use the money if they're burned up?" Buffy Bear asked. Grabby thought for a moment.
"Haven't you ever heard of widows and children? The poor little gnomes will starve in their mommy's arms unless I find a golden egg for them."
Then Grabby began to cry. Naturally, dear Gigi, the giver, began to cry too. "Wait, don't go away," said Gigi. "If I think sincerely enough about golden eggs, I'll lay one." Gigi sat down in the corner on her nest. Before long, a golden egg popped out with a very exciting "Sproing!" Grabby grabbed the egg and ran into the back of his booth. "I just love to give to those needy causes," said Gigi. "Yesterday, a gnome came from the Gnome on the Range Society. He wanted to fix all the poor, broken-down kitchen stoves along Thimble Lane trails. The poor dear had a tattered cook's hat on." While Gigi kept talking, Maxie and Minnie and Buffy Bear slipped to the back of Grabby's booth. They peeked in, and sure enough, there sat Grabby, counting the golden eggs he'd taken from Gigi the giver, and there on the wall were his hats. Just then, Grabby looked up and saw Minnie and her friends. He looked at the golden eggs. He did not know what to say, especially when he saw how angry Minnie was. "Grabby's Grabbing Service is out of business," Minnie told Grabby. "Grabby's Giving Service is just starting. You will find needy gnomes or needy people who truly need this money." Grabby looked ashamed.
I will," he answered. "Grabby's Giving Service is in business and ready to go."